What's going on, guys? PC here, and welcome to another episode of First Look. Today we're taking a first look at Wetrix Plus. No, actually we're not. We're taking a look at Aqua Aqua on the PlayStation 2. This is actually the sequel to Wetrix Plus, which was, or is, one of my favorite games on the Dreamcast. Now, if you've never heard of the game, the basic premise of both Wetrix Plus and Aqua Aqua is that you're supposed to create ponds and evaporate the water from those ponds in order to gain points. So it's really a rather simple premise, but it's actually a lot more complicated than that. There's a lot to the game, and it's a really unique and fun puzzler. Now, they did seem to have changed a few things about Wetrix Plus with Aqua Aqua. I'm not sure exactly what they did, but we're about to find out. So let's just jump into this. We'll do a quick puzzle. And looks like there are a few different levels to choose from, which is interesting because there were no levels or anything like that in Wetrix Plus. I'm not sure if this changes anything really, but yeah, it looks like they're different eras. This is the Paleozoic era. Alright, so here we are in the game. So one change I do notice is that they have these little creatures or elves or whatever you want to call them. I'm not sure what do you call those things, but yeah, they're walking around on the map. I don't know why. But anyway, so the goal of the game is mainly to build ponds, and I kind of messed that up. Because water is going to get out of that. These controls are rather strange. I'm not sure how to flip anything. Okay, I cannot figure this out. These controls are really, really strange. It keeps automatically putting my piece up against a wall, which is weird. So, I'll try and do my best here, but I have no idea what's going on with the controls. So, as I was saying, you gotta make ponds to contain the water that's falling. And the more water you lose, the higher that meter on the right goes up. And if it gets all the way up to the top, I guess the little guy inside the meter drowns, or the level. In Wetrix Plus, it would just go up to the top and then it would be game over. But apparently lives are at stake in Aqua Aqua. Yeah, I figured it wouldn't take long for game over. Let me try that again. I don't know what is going on with the controls. There's some sort of auto positioning going on, and it is annoying as anything. Well, I'm doing a little bit better. Alright, so here's the fire, or a meteor, I guess you could call it. It looks more like fire in this one. But yeah, you use the fire to evaporate the water and gain points. As you can see, I got 164 points for that, which really isn't much. Your score can easily get up into the millions, at least in Wetrix Plus it could. I'm assuming it's probably the same here. So if you get the water level up to a certain level, apparently in this game you get a fish in the pond, which actually acts as a multiplier. In Wetrix Plus you would get a rubber ducky if you got your pond up, I believe, 2 blocks high. And that would basically represent a 2x multiplier to your score when you evaporate water from not just the pond where the rubber duck is in, but any pond you evaporate will give you twice the amount of points. And so the goal basically is to create a bunch of, or what I usually do is create a bunch of small ponds and leave one big pond so that you have the small ducks, or the fish in this instance, in the small ponds, and then you can just use the large pond to evaporate and gain points, just like this. So that was pretty good, 1,000 points. Well, better than 172 anyway. So these green blocks that are falling here, these are those eliminate walls. So one thing you have to watch out for is the earthquake meter, which is down at the bottom there. If you have too much land, the earthquake meter will go all the way up, and basically everything will go to chaos. It will destroy pretty much all of your ponds, and you'll have leaks everywhere, and it will most likely be game over. Surviving an earthquake is very, very unlikely. So you might have also seen that I got a rainbow, which... Oop. So the rainbow appears when you have, I believe, a very large pond that's a certain height, and that also counts as a multiplier to your score. So usually what you want to do is build up your large pond until you see the rainbow, and then you can evaporate it. I mean, you can evaporate it any time, but that's the best time to do it since you'll have that rainbow multiplier. Now the ice cubes will freeze your water and prevent you from evaporating it, which isn't so great. But if you do get the fire or the meteor, you can melt the water, and then you can evaporate it the next time you get a meteor. Man, I hate this auto positioning thing they got going on in this game. I do hope you can turn it off. Now, so far I'm not really getting the point of these little creature elf things. They're just kind of walking around the map. Don't get the point of that, but okay. So what I did not do is explain the bombs. You might have saw the bombs that I dropped quite a few times already. Those will put a hole in your map, which you definitely do not want when you're trying to contain water and prevent it from getting out. So what I usually do, as you might be able to see there, is create a big mountain in the top corner of the map, and that way I can just drop my bombs onto the mountain. Just like so. Oh man, that auto positioning just messed me up there. I was trying to put that meteor in the middle of my lake, and it somehow auto snapped it to the back, and oh man. There better be a way to turn that off. Actually, can I, nope, there's no options menu in the game. That's a shame. Make another pond there. And I tried to evaporate the water again, and that auto lock messed me up again. Man, that's frustrating. Okay, let's put this right on top here. I usually like to make ponds that are 2 blocks high. That's pretty much ideal. Because you don't want to make them too high, because again, like I said, you want to watch out for that earthquake meter. You don't want to have too much land in the auto snap. Oh man, that is really annoying. I can't believe that. I had 2 perfect ponds, and because of that auto lock-on thing, I'm about to die anyway. Oh jeez. Alright, I'm just gonna restart. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the main menu and see if there's a way to turn off that auto snap function. Options. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There is no way to turn that off. Oh man, just give me Wetrix Plus, man. This is horrible. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Ah, man, that's annoying. Okay. I'll see what I can do. I guess it's just gonna take some getting used to. I'm not really seeing any other differences really between this and Wetrix Plus. It seems pretty much identical. Again, I really don't get the point of the little creatures, or little creature that is walking around on the map. doesn't seem to add anything at all to the game. Unless maybe I'm supposed to try not to drown him. Maybe if he ends up in a pond, he might end up drowning. I'm not really sure. But, yeah. Oh, what? I set him on fire! Oh, that's funny. I hope that's not a bad thing. That's kind of funny. I like that. Set the little creatures on fire. Alright. Doing a little bit better this time. Ooh, a cupcake. What do I do with a cupcake? He kicked the cupcake onto that little board on the bottom. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, I have one cupcake. That's nice. I squished him. That's kind of funny. I do like the addition of the little humor there when you drop stuff on him. Set him on fire. Yeah. Oh, a camera. Yeah, there are a bunch of little objects like cameras and cupcakes that I keep getting. I'm guessing maybe it's something to do with hitting the little creature guy with objects. And I don't know, I get prizes for doing that. Again, not really sure the purpose of it, but kind of neat. Put this right here. There we go. Got two nice ponds there. Now let's fill those up a little more. Fish in there. Oh, got a rainbow. Sweet. So maybe you get the rainbow after creating a certain amount of lakes in this game? That's not how it worked in Wetrix Plus, but maybe they changed it. Alright, so I've gone up a level, which means everything will start going faster. Very similar to Tetris. As you might be able to tell, this game does take some inspiration from Tetris as far as the falling blocks go. But the premise is obviously completely different, the actual goal of the game. Now, another thing you do not want to do is drop two bombs in the same location. If you do that, I forget exactly what happens, but it's not good. So yeah, you just kind of want to move. If you have a second bomb, you can drop it. You can drop it a block to the right or a block to the left or something like that. But yeah, I don't want to drag this video on too long, but I think you guys get the basic idea. I think I would stick with Wetrix Plus, though, just because of that annoying Snap 2 mechanic. I hate it. I'm trying to precisely and accurately position my blocks, and I can't do that because it keeps auto-snapping to a grid, and for some reason it's kind of magnetized to the edges of the map. It's so weird, and I don't know why they do that. It wouldn't be so bad if they had an option to turn it off, but they don't. As far as differences between this and Wetrix Plus, the only thing I can really see is that little, whatever you call him, that's running around the map. He's kind of funny, because you can drop stuff on him and set him on fire and stuff, but I don't know what difference it makes mechanically with the game, if anything at all. I mean, you have these little objects that fall down, like the cupcake and the camera and things. I don't know the purpose of any of that. But regardless, the controls are really annoying in this version of the game. So if you want to try this out, I highly recommend Wetrix Plus on the Dreamcast. if you already own Wetrix Plus on the Dreamcast and you like it, maybe give this a shot, I guess. It kind of mixes things up a little bit as far as I can tell, but yeah, the controls take some getting used to because they can be quite annoying. But anyway, guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.